What if one of America's biggest daytime talk shows has finally pushed its own audience too far? For years, The View has thrived on controversy, political debates, and headline-grabbing moments. But this time, the backlash isn't just coming from critics, it's coming from viewers, longtime fans, and even people inside Disney. Now reports claim Disney executives were forced to step in after comments made on live television sparked another wave of outrage, raising serious questions about the future of the show and whether ABC is finally reaching its breaking point. And if what reportedly happened behind closed doors is true, this could be one of the biggest internal controversies The View has faced in years. So let's break down everything that's happening. Welcome back, everyone. As of July 26, 2026, the controversy surrounding The View continues to grow, and the program once again finds itself at the center of another major public backlash. For quite some time now, critics have argued that the show has moved further away from balanced discussion and has become increasingly focused on political commentary. That shift has fueled growing frustration among many viewers, with some longtime fans saying they no longer recognize the program they once enjoyed. Whether people agree or disagree with that criticism, one thing is becoming difficult to ignore. The conversation surrounding The View seems to generate controversy almost every single week. Names like Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, and Behar continue dominating headlines after making remarks that quickly spread across social media, often creating intense reactions from both supporters and critics. According to the latest reports circulating online, the situation has now created additional pressure for both ABC and its parent company, Disney, as executives continue dealing with growing public criticism surrounding the show's direction. One of the biggest discussions right now centers around claims that Disney leadership has once again taken disciplinary action involving several of the show's hosts. If those reports are accurate, this would reportedly mark yet another suspension connected to ongoing controversies surrounding the program. However, many critics aren't convinced these suspensions accomplish very much. Instead, they argue the moves appear to be temporary public relations decisions designed to calm the outrage, rather than address the larger issues viewers continue raising. And that's where this latest story becomes especially interesting. According to reports, the newest controversy began after comments made during a discussion involving the American flag quickly went viral online. The reaction was immediate. Clips spread rapidly across multiple social media platforms, generating strong criticism and adding even more pressure on Disney executives already dealing with concerns surrounding the show's ratings and public image. Reports now claim that Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro, along with members of Disney's board, approved another round of suspensions involving Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, and Behar following the backlash. The reported disciplinary action would involve a rotating schedule beginning August 3rd, with each host allegedly serving a 10-day unpaid suspension rather than removing the entire panel from the program at the same time. According to those reports, the rotation would allow The View to continue airing while one host at a time is temporarily absent throughout the month of August. The comments that reportedly triggered this latest controversy centered on discussions surrounding the American flag, with critics arguing the remarks offended many viewers and intensified an already heated political debate. Supporters of the reported decision believe Disney had little choice but to respond after the backlash continued growing online. Others, however, believe the company is simply trying to protect its public image rather than solve the deeper problems surrounding the program. And according to the reports, that's only the beginning of what's happening behind the scenes. But according to the latest reports, the story doesn't end with the suspension itself. What's reportedly happening behind the scenes may actually be creating even more tension inside Disney than the controversy that started it all. Multiple reports claim that this latest disciplinary action wasn't something Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro originally wanted to do. Instead, the decision was reportedly pushed forward after members of Disney's board became increasingly concerned about the negative attention surrounding The View and the impact it could have on both ABC and the company's overall public image. If those reports are accurate, it suggests there may have been disagreement behind closed doors over how this situation should be handled. According to the reports, the board wanted a visible response that showed Disney was taking the controversy seriously, while D'Amaro was reportedly concerned that another suspension would only generate even more headlines and keep the story alive for a longer period of time. Eventually, the reported compromise became the rotating suspension schedule. Rather than removing every host at once, each panelist would reportedly miss different episodes throughout August, allowing the show to remain on the air while still presenting the suspensions as disciplinary action. On one day, viewers could reportedly see Whoopi Goldberg absent from the panel. Another day, it could be Sunny Hostin. Then later, Behar. The idea, according to these reports, is to spread the suspensions across the month instead of creating one major interruption that dominates national headlines. Interestingly, this isn't said to be an entirely new strategy. Reports claim the rotating format was originally developed during Bob Iger's leadership as a way to reduce media attention whenever controversy involving The View became too large to ignore. Instead of creating one dramatic event that could dominate the news cycle for days, the staggered approach was reportedly intended to keep the program running while minimizing additional publicity. Now, under Josh D'Amaro's leadership, that same approach is reportedly being used once again. Meanwhile, reactions from the hosts themselves have also become part of the conversation. According to the reports, Whoopi Goldberg and Sunny Hostin have strongly criticized the decision, arguing that the backlash surrounding the situation has been unfair. Meanwhile, Joy Behar has reportedly described the disciplinary action as discriminatory and raised concerns about freedom of expression. Those reactions have only added another layer to an already heated debate. Supporters of the hosts argue they should be free to express their opinions, even if those opinions prove controversial. Critics, however, believe that public figures, especially those representing a nationally televised program, should also expect criticism when their comments spark widespread backlash. And that's where this debate becomes much larger than one television show. It's no longer just about a single episode or a single controversial remark. The discussion has shifted toward broader questions involving media responsibility, audience trust, corporate image, and how entertainment companies respond when public controversy begins affecting their brands. From the outside looking in, many people remain unconvinced that these repeated suspensions actually solve anything. Some critics argue they're little more than temporary damage control, actions designed to quiet public criticism for a short period before everything eventually returns to normal. Whether that's true or not remains open for debate, but one thing is becoming increasingly clear. Every new controversy surrounding The View appears to generate another round of headlines, another wave of online arguments, and another challenge for Disney executives trying to protect the company's reputation. And according to the latest reports, this entire situation may also be connected to much bigger problems developing across Disney as a whole. And that's where this story expands beyond The View itself. According to the reports and ongoing discussion online, Disney is facing challenges across several parts of the company, and critics argue that the controversy surrounding the daytime talk show is only one piece of a much larger picture. Over the past several months, Disney has continued dealing with criticism over programming decisions, corporate leadership, and cost-cutting measures. At the same time, reports of layoffs across different divisions have fueled even more debate about the company's current direction. Those reports claim that job reductions have affected multiple departments, including ABC, ESPN, National Geographic, and parts of Disney's live-action business. If accurate, that would represent one of the company's most significant restructuring efforts in recent years. According to those same reports, Disney is expected to continue reducing its workforce before the end of the year as part of a broader effort to cut operating costs and reorganize several business units. Naturally, that has led many critics to question the company's long-term strategy. If Disney is reducing staff across multiple divisions while simultaneously dealing with public controversies surrounding some of its highest-profile television programs, many people are wondering what comes next. The criticism doesn't stop there. Some commentators have also questioned Josh D'Amaro's leadership, arguing that several recent entertainment projects have become unnecessarily political and that those decisions have contributed to declining audience confidence. Supporters, however, believe Disney is navigating an extremely difficult entertainment landscape where nearly every major decision becomes the subject of intense public debate. Regardless of which side people support, one thing is difficult to ignore. The pressure on Disney leadership appears to be growing. Another topic receiving attention involves Pixar. Even after major box office success from recent releases, reports of layoffs affecting parts of Pixar have surprised many observers. That has left some people asking an obvious question. If certain projects performed well financially, why would additional workforce reductions still be necessary? For critics, that raises concerns about whether the company's challenges extend far beyond the performance of individual movies or television shows. Others argue that large corporations often restructure for reasons unrelated to a single film or franchise, making the situation far more complicated than it appears from the outside. Either way, Disney continues finding itself at the center of multiple conversations happening at the same time, from television controversies and audience backlash to corporate restructuring and questions surrounding future leadership. As for The View, the reported suspensions are expected to begin on August 3rd, with the rotating schedule reportedly continuing throughout the month if everything moves forward as planned. Whether those reported disciplinary actions will calm the backlash or simply create another wave of headlines remains to be seen. One thing is certain, though. The controversy surrounding The View, ABC, and Disney isn't disappearing anytime soon, and this is likely a story we'll continue following as new developments emerge. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Disney's reported response goes far enough, Or do you believe these suspensions are simply another public relations strategy that won't solve the bigger issues surrounding the show? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's breakdown, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to SubiiVerse, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Hollywood news, entertainment updates, and breaking stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.